Hello builders, I am Sox and today I bring to you the Martyr. This medium group circle base is downright devastating, providing you both online and offline raid protection. If you like this base, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to join our growing community. I am Sox and let's get right into the walkthrough. Hello everyone, I am Sox and welcome to the walkthrough for the Martyr. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So there's 6 set of externals here. So there'll be 3 with this, with 4,000, and the other ones are pretty similar, like relative in size to those. But I believe in total it's, so it's pretty much the same. I believe in total it'll be about 24,000 frags a day just for the externals. Moving on into the gatehouse, we've got Patricos set up on both sides. This looks on both sides of your compound. Moving on in to our compound, right away we've got bedrooms on both sides. These give Patricos into the main parts where people would be breaching. Those are covered by turrets with the chain link, and that's on both sides. Moving on to the other side, we've got more bedrooms set up with boxes up on top with, places to rekit. And then, yes, you've got more Patricos that look on the sides of your compound. And what's nice about this, we've got bunkers out in your compound. Right there, you've got 2 more boxes, and then I keep a battery right here. And then you seal that up by just getting rid of that twig. There's no gap, or if there is, it's very little. Yeah, that's pretty much everything to the compound. There's 3 sets of these bedrooms that are on the base, and then 3 sets of the bunkers with bedrooms on the compound, or the outside part of the compound. Moving in, we've got a funnel wall right here. There'll be shotgun traps there. Moving on in, we've got more spots for beds, so we've got really good spots. Many different spots for respawn points. We've got breach peaks on both sides. Looking over here, we've got look back peaks if anyone's laddering up on your base. And then moving on into the actual base, we've got jump up on the left side here. I'll show that in just a moment. And then we've got just some spots for extra lockers. If you want to put furnaces there, just replace it with windows. But yeah, just kind of like your functional floor. This is our mobility chutes that lead all the way up to the rest of the floors. Yeah, and that's the ring that goes entirely around. This is the starter. It's a pretty simple starter. Nothing crazy going on in here. But yeah, so we've got plenty of box space early on. This is TC right here. Main TC is only about 19,000 frags a day. So you're looking at like 45 to 50K with all the deployables. So moving on up to the side of the base, we've got Patrico set up. Should have embrasures. We've got another ring around with peaks all around this. You have every peak in the game here with this base. Second floor is where we have our open core. We've got 3 turrets guarding open core as well as ramp peaks up above. We've got 36 plus, we've got 42 boxes in open core. Good spot for tier 3 right in the middle. Pretty nice little cozy open core. Moving to the outside, we've just got another ring. This is just to kind of like a utility ring, whatever your group needs at the moment. Just kind of fill this space with it. On both sides of the mobility chute, we're going to have bedrooms that drop down that give you angles into compound on both sides. Yeah, so that's on both sides of your mobility chute. It is a wide gap as well, so you could totally not even go into the bedroom and just kind of abuse those angles as such. Moving on up to the 3rd floor, It is another kind of utility ring. So whatever your group's needing at the time, it could be extra beds. It could be, you know, tier 2, tier 1, tier 3, computer station, mixing tables. You could just fill it with mixing tables, whatever your group needs at the time. But again, yes, you have your peaks on this level as well. And then moving on up to your shooting floor. Pretty insane shooting floor here. You've got these low wall peaks with ramps to give you a insane peak right here. Triangle peaks on both sides of that. Your mobility jumps also have crouch peaks on the top of them, giving you pretty much every angle possible. Right in here is just extra bedroom spots. We have batteries in the small door there, and then you have your looks into open core. But yeah, battery right here. You've got peaks up onto the main part of the shooting floor. And then moving on up to the outside, we've got Spinky Scissor peaks. Really overpowered peaks, I think. And then moving on up to the outside, you've got these breach peaks. But really solid base. And let's get right into the build. Here is the total cost to build this base from start to finish. I've also included the total cost in boxes so it's easier to understand. And with that, let's get right into the video. Hello everyone, welcome to the build tutorial for the Martyr. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So this is a simple circle starter, nothing crazy about it. And then on one of these triangles, we are going to do a single door, double door. Now everything else, you could just go ahead and seal in. So say you come in right here, you're going to want to put the hard side of a metal wall facing you. And then right in here is where our TC is going to go. Here you could do a door or a window, does not really matter. And then for the rest of this, let's just go ahead and seal this in. So at this point, you should be okay with doors. You have your airlock. And then what we are going to do, we're going to go ahead and start making the loot rooms. So what I like to do is coming off this square right here, this is where your TC and tier 3 is going to go. Right here will be the first loot room. Go ahead and put a frame on this. Then here we're going to do, just leave a square. This is a good little socket to put a bunch of furnaces so that you're smelting early on in the wipe. And then right here to do a loot room, you can go ahead and put ramps right here. And then this will be another big loot room that we'll have. So we'll have 2 loot rooms right here. Boxes will go on this. Furnaces will go in here. And then this is where I'd recommend to put tier 3. You can put frames in the middle. It's not going to really hurt you if you don't. But if you want the maximum amount of doors, I'd recommend you just go throw them in there. But for this case scenario, we are going to just not have them. But this is what your starter should be looking like when you should be ready to move on to the next step. Okay, and once you have your starter down, we're going to go ahead and start working on the rest of the footprint. So what I'd recommend is you come to this your door right here, like this is your main entrance, and then you're going to go to the square to the left of it if you're coming from the inside. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a triangle here. We're going to get rid of this triangle after we've got our square build outs, and then we're going to go a triangle just like that. So 2 triangles and then get rid of that middle one. Again, 2 triangles, get rid of that middle one. So as you can see, I'm doing it on 3-sided symmetry, so you should see that right there. And then once you are done, we're going to go ahead and move on to this, the wide gap portion. So triangle, square, triangle, get rid of your build out, and we're going to go out 3. 1, 2, 3 squares, put a cap on it with a triangle, and then we're going to half moon back. Just like this. And then once you get to this point, you're going to do square, triangle, get rid of the rest of your build out, just like this. And then we're going to put 2 triangles just like that, and then your square just like this. So at this point, this is what this should look like. To keep this part of the footprint from decaying, all you got to do is put 2 frames just as such. And then next, we should be able to start moving to the other side of the footprint. So what we're going to do here, this would be on the other square sockets, so the ones that have not been built off of yet. We're going to put a triangle, and then you're going to build out with a square and do 2 triangles just like that. You can put frames just like that again, and then here is where we are going to build our funnel wall. So what I'd recommend, square, triangle, and then I'd go 4 out. So 1, 2, 3, 4 squares out. Cap that off with a triangle. And then half moon back. And then at this point, you are going to get a triangle like that. Place squares off both ends of the triangle. And then a triangle on both ends of the square. And then right here, we're going to do 2 triangles off this like square. And then off this middle triangle, we're going to place a square just like this. So that will build us our funnel wall. And we should be able to start building our externals in the next step. But this is what you should have so far. I'm going to fly up. This is what your footprint should look like. Just make sure before you move on to the next step, make sure that you have this first. Okay, once you have your shell and your wide gap part as well as your funnel, we're going to go ahead and connect what's decaying to TCs. So going off of the wide gap part, right here what we're going to do is we're going to go square, if it'll let me place, triangle, and then we're going to come out right here, come out one more, and this will be your gatehouse. You can get rid of that. So that should be the shape right there. And then we are going to build our gatehouse from here. Pretty standard gatehouse. I've used these on every single one of my tutorials. Just cap this off. And then go ahead and build up half walls right here. The low walls on each side of that square. And then from here, you're going to build a half wall and put a ceiling on that. So again, half wall, ceiling. These create your patricos that will be used to defend your compound later. Now, and then from this point of your gatehouse right here, we're going to build out 2 triangles to place this third. And then from this triangle, we will go out 2 squares. 1, 2, and then 3 triangles just like that. And then you will build 2 half walls. Make sure that these are half walls, or else this disconnectable will not work. And cover that with walls. And you are ready to place your TC. Now, I would not recommend to connect this as of right now. And then let's just go ahead and move on to this real quick. So move on to your funnel wall part. And then we're going to go 2 squares out, 3 triangles just as such. Delete your build out just like that. And then on looking back at the base, we're going to place a triangle on each side and then a square. And then you can get rid of this triangle. And then get rid of this middle one right here. And this is going to act as our bunker and bedrooms later. So I go 2 half walls right here, place a wall to create your honeycomb, just like that. So that's going to be your honeycomb. Your actual bunker will be right here. 2 half walls on each side so you can create your patricos. And then go ahead and place a wall and a door frame just like that. So we're going to repeat that on the other side. So window going out and a window looking to the right of us. And then you look up, you could place a single, like a shelf. That'll act as a shelf later. You want to go ahead and cap this off right here. And then right now we're going to work on our bunker. So essentially what you're wanting to do is come with a foundation, and you're going to connect this back left side of this red blueprint to the side of that, and the other side will be a little disconnected. If you've done it right, you should have gotten 78%. So here I didn't do it right. It takes a little bit to get it right. But once you've done it, 77 or 78% is what you're looking for. So once you've gotten that right here, you want to come on the inside and place a door frame. That's going to create the lesser of a gap for people to shoot through. And then we're going to raise this up one. So what I like to do is I'll just put half walls just like that. And then coming on in here, we are going to create your turret pods. So I put a frame right here and a frame right here, and a frame right here. And then let's go ahead and raise these up just as such. And this is a good spot to put boxes. And I'd recommend that you place these boxes before the ceiling goes on, because you will be in a pain if you do not do this. All right, and once you have your bunker and bedrooms done, we're going to go ahead out here and just place another triangle. You could seal this up, and then we're going to do what we did with the gatehouses. So 2 triangles out to get this third one right here, and then 2 squares, and then 3 triangles just like that. Again, 2 half walls, and then your doors right here. And then once you have that, you are ready to place your other TCs. Now, you have all your TCs placed. Let's go ahead and connect these to the actual funnel wall and wide gap portion. So what I like to do is I'll go to the wide gap portion first, wall, and then your frame right here. I place 2 frames, square frames like this, triangle one in the middle, and then you can go ahead and place a frame just like that. And then for this one, we will have a half wall and a window on this side, window on that side, and then I place a frame right here, and you can open this one up, open the bunker up, and place your frame like this. I would always make sure to have this open when you're placing this, because if you don't and you place this incorrectly, it could mess up the bunker. But once you have that, everything should be good and not decaying. First, you've got to now connect these to the external TCs. So I do a foundation, place a frame to give stability for the second square frame, and then I will just build around with the triangle frames like that. Once you have that connected, you can get rid of your buildup, and it is the exact same process over on this one. So once you have that, everything is connected, nothing should be decaying, and this is what it'll look like. Next step is we're going to go ahead and finish our funnel wall as well as our wide gap portions to finish out our shell. Okay, now that you have everything connected to each external, we're going to go ahead and start making the shell. So coming to the funnel wall part, we're going to put a double door right here and then a wall just like that. and then put another wall hard side facing out. Frame right here. This is going to be where your jump up is on first floor. Here you can go ahead and place wall right here, and then wall right here. Do that on both sides. You can place doors as such, and then you can go ahead and seal that in just like that. Now over here, you're going to want to go ahead and place a wall right here, and then we're going to do a half wall and place 2 windows right here. Go ahead and place frames just like that, and then go ahead and place another wall just like that. So this is going to act as our jump up, and if you want, you can go ahead and seal that off just like that. So if you were to just be able to get to this spot, you could seal it off and you're going to be just fine. Once you have your shell built, let's go ahead and work on the rest of the base, as far as like the bedrooms on the outside and then the funnel wall. So what I like to do is I'll do 2 walls just like that. I'll do a wall right here, and then I'm going to place a triangle frame just like that. And then this is where our patricos are going to fit in our bedrooms as well. Just fill that up with frames, and then put a ceiling on that. Here I place closest to the window, so or the doorway rather, going in, and then put your ceiling above it just like that. So that'll create your patrico facing the side of the compound where the furnaces are. So once you've gotten that done, you are good on this section. Now let's go ahead and work on our funnel wall. So to the outside corner right here, you're going to do 2 half walls. You're going to place a door, single door, just like that. We're going to mirror it on that side right here. Put a ceiling on that, put another ceiling in the middle, and this is where your window is going to be. Moving over here, 2 half walls right here. Go ahead and place these patricos just like that, and then seal the rest off with a wall. So this is really good spots for beds, and locker kits right here. So I have double door right here and then a wall right here, just kind of flopping what's over on the other side. Once you have that, you can place your ceiling. And then moving up here, we're going to do 2 half walls, a ceiling, and then a low wall. That'll create your little look back peak. And then here, what I'd recommend is to do this as shipment, but if your console, you don't have that yet, your regular will work just fine. But this gives you patricos on both sides that will work just fine. Here, I'm going to show you how I do. I mean, it's pretty much the only way to do this. But single doors, make sure that they're swinging outwards. Shotgun traps will go in here, and then you'll have double doors. Let's get rid of something here. You'll have double doors swinging out just like that from both sides. So that creates just a little bit of a barrier, so they don't have to just go through one door. Once you have that, your shell and everything on the outside is good, and now we are going to move on to the next step, which is the second floor ring and open core. All right, now let's go ahead and work on the second floor. So what I'll do is I'll come up to this jump up just right over here on your funnel wall, and I will build 2 walls just like this, another hard side facing wall right there, and then go ahead and seal that off. Now we are going to build 2 walls just like this, and then a half wall that's going to act as your patrico right here. And we're going to go 2 walls just like that. Here is your Patrico right here. And then bada bing, bada boom. Over here is where you want to do, these are going to be your bedrooms. But go ahead and place a frame just like that. Here you want to do a wall and then a wall like that. And then moving on over here, we will do 3 windows, your ceiling, and then your door. Go ahead and cap this off with a ramp just as such, and we're going to mirror the same thing on the other side. So we're going to come over here, build a wall, and a wall just like that. 3 windows, place your ceiling, and then your door, and then you've got that. So, and then over here, I would recommend to place 2 walls like that. And then 2 more frames right here. Once we have more of this built, we'll have the floor above us. And then this is going to be your entry into open core right here. So there's going to be 3 entryways. And then once you have this, we are going to seal that in just like that. Once you're here, we're going to go ahead and just seal that up like that. These are how I make the loot rooms. Go ahead and get rid of this build up right here. Right here, we're going to do just like that. Trying to minimize the amount of half walls needed here. And then just go ahead and repeat that just like that. So we're going to seal that up just like that. And then we're going to cover this up right here and place half walls right here. And then right here, this is where your ramps are going to go right here. So a frame and then your ramp. And then at this point, you can seal up open core. Yeah, turrets will go over here. You could have boxes right here, and then all of your boxes right here. So open core is pretty simple to make. And then at this point, after open core, I will just go around this ring and just place frames wherever I can. Wherever it's possible, just go ahead and plug it with a frame. And this is what the base looks like as of right now. You can go ahead and once you get to these parts with the windows, if you want to, make your way out and place a frame just as such, and then move to your funnel wall and place 2 more frames just like that. So this is what it'll look like as of right now. Yeah, and then next step is building the 3rd floor, or the 3rd level ring, and start structuring for the shooting floor. Okay, once you have your 2nd floor done, go ahead and put a ceiling on the entire floor. Moving to, we're pretty much just going to mirror everything that we did on the floor just below. So windows on each side. This is on your funnel wall side. Go ahead and put a ceiling on that. Then at this time, you can go ahead and place another ceiling right here, just so that covers your bedroom. And then go ahead and bring this funnel wall structure up. And then we're going to do 2 half walls, 1 in the middle, put a ceiling on that, and then 2 walls just like that. And then at this point, go ahead and fill this entire ring with frames. You can go ahead and put a ceiling on that as well. And then going to your mobility setups, we're gonna put a frame on both sides right here, or on all 3 sides of the ramp, and then right here we're gonna do 2 windows, 2 frames, and then 2 windows on top of those frames. So what this does, it creates a just a different type of peak. This is going to get us set up here later for our shooting floor. But at the moment, this is what I'd recommend. Just go ahead and put frames on like that to seal everything up. So after this, you are ready for the main part of your shooting floor, and we will get right into that here in just a second. Okay, once you have this, we are ready to build the main part of your shooting floor. So first things first, what I like to do is I come to this section right here. I place a half wall, or no, I place a window right here. And then go ahead and do that. 2 frames on the outside, and then on the middle right here, we're going to do a window. So that creates crouch peaks on both sides, just like that. So to mirror that, we're going to go 2 frames and then a window on the inside. And then right over here, we're going to do a wall. We're going to do a window, and then right there. So we've gotten that, and then the rest will be windows right here. And at this point, you can go ahead and place your ramp, sorry. And then right there. So once you have that, you can go ahead and place your metal roof, just like this. And then I place low walls right here, 2 half walls, and then I will do two roofs up top. That's going to finish this side right here. This will give you some sort of like conditional peak. I'd put campfires up here. And then yeah, so we've gotten that. We'll address this here once we get the scissor peaks done. So from here, the scissor peaks are going to look like this. So we're going to put a frame in the middle right here. Frames just like that. 2 low walls are going to go right here. And then two walls just like that. We're going to move our frames up right here. And then two windows up on top of that. And then you can go ahead and put a ceiling on that. And then on top of this, we will do a window. Right here, you're going to go ahead and, like I said, I'd recommend when you're building these to just use the shipment or some other skin that doesn't really give you that big conditional. But not everyone has that. And then what I do here is I'll place a triangle hatch, 2 low walls, and then put a ceiling on that. So again, triangle frame, 2 low walls, just like that. And then we've gotten that. Okay, so here is the most important part. So to start building the actual scissor peak, you have to do it in this sequence. So I'll do a metal triangle over here, and then I'm going to switch the grade right here to armored or stone, whatever grade you want to use. Just make sure it's different, because if it's the same, it'll create a conditional. So you want to do this first, and then you want to move to the outside here and build up your frames. So just like that. And then once you have your frames, you can place some backwards facing roofs just like that, and then have your doors swing inward. So this is going to give you your scissor peaks that you're looking for. And then moving on in to our kind of like our little utility room. So I go to the square socket, and then on this side is going to be my battery spot. So I'll go ahead and secure that off. In the middle will be a window, and then I'm going to do that. Go ahead and put frames on either side, just like that. There you go. And then you're going to notice in the middle it looks a little funky. Just make this a half wall right here to make those windows ankle biter peaks. And then from here on out, you're just going to fill in the rest with frames, just like this. Go ahead and rotate those around. And you should be able to fill everything in just fine. And then I go ahead and I place window frames just like this. And then I'll put 2 ceilings on here. You could put a turret there. And then same thing over here. That's what I do. And then right here, this is where I'll just go ahead and throw frames up just like that. You can put garage doors right here just to cover those peaks over there. And then this is also guarding your mobility right here. So this is how I do it. I'd probably put garage doors, but this is the main structure right like that. So next we'll build on making the compound and securing that off. Okay, once you have your entire structure built, you can go ahead and worry about getting your compound down, or you could just skip to this step. Most people would just skip to this step. So right here, we're just making our turret pods or whatever. And then what I typically like to do first is I like to place my furnaces. So I'll make sure that this furnace is kind of flush with this right here. Just make sure that they can't get in. And then I'll move on over to the other side, and I'll place that just like that. And then I'll split the difference just like that. And that'll give me your furnace wall that you're looking for. Just to test it, you cannot go into it just like that. And then building the compound around it, I always start from the gatehouse, just off the corner. And then I'll build another one off this one, just like that. Just make sure that this last wall is going to clear this last furnace, just like that. And then you want to just connect it to the side of the wall right here. So if you've done it right, you could do it in 3. We're just going to do that one more time. So start with the bedroom part. Make sure that that's kind of flush, and go up as high as you can, and then go over to the gatehouse and do that again. And then you just want to split the difference, and you could test it. You can't get in. And then you come over to your gatehouse side. And then just make sure you're good. So just like that, you've got the Martyr built. If you want, I can show you. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and show you guys. This is how I will go ahead and build the barricades. I'll start with the middle on these bigger sections right here. And then I'll get rid of these. And then over on these, I just do that as a full. Just like that. And then on the actual gatehouses, I'll try to go out as far as I can. Just make sure that it's, you know, roughly in the middle of the square that I'm on. And then you should be good. And just like that, your embrasures are done. Everything's connected and your entire base is built. I wish you guys the best of luck in this base. This is one of my favorites to date. And at me in any clips that you guys have of this base. Thank you so much for sticking around for the entire video. If you like the base and want to see more from me, consider subscribing and turning on post notifications so you know when I drop my next tutorial. I am Socks, and I will see you guys in the next one.